a bit of a Letitia weekend. So some weekends are social and fun, and I love interacting with people, and I love the people around me, and it's great to eat food out and get dressed up and be cute and. But there are some weekends where I just want to kind of shut off, and I watch stuff and I crochet, or I paint my nails, or I maybe study or learn something, I don't know. But this weekend, what I thought I would do in my Letitia time would be to crochet a raglan sweater, like a top-down raglan sweater. So far, all I've been doing clothing-wise is cardigans. So like making a back panel, a front panel, and sleeves, and then seaming it together. But what I wanted to do was just try my hand on like just a once-off piece with no seaming needed, and something that I could just pull over. I feel like it would be just like the best next step in my crochet journey. I talk so much with my hands. Anyways, so yeah, I really wanted to try it out, and I've seen so many like crochet videos about it, and I kept putting it away and to the side, and I thought like if I could sit down for a weekend, like I initially wanted to do the 24 hours crochet challenge, like how much can you crochet in 24 hours. Honestly, if I'm being 100, I don't really want to mess up my sleep schedule that much. I still have a day job, and like I can't really be like not sleeping for 24 hours and then just like die during the week. So what I want to do instead is crochet as much as I can of this sweater, hopefully finish it, who knows, hopefully finish it. Gonna try my best to finish it in a weekend. So I'm starting today. It is late. So the time now is just before 2 p.m. What I'm gonna do is also set a timer and time how long it takes me to do, like in hours. So I obviously will switch off the timer during the periods I'm eating, and obviously when I'm sleeping, like I wouldn't put the timer on, but then it will also give you an indication of how long this actually took me to do in hours. Obviously I will give myself breaks to stretch and make sure my hands don't hurt, etc. Because yeah, we still want to crochet after this. So it's just going to be like a fun challenge for me to complete this cardigan in a weekend, and hopefully I can. So I want it to be maybe like a little high neck, or maybe mid-length neck, maybe like here. And then a sweater that's cropped, so it ends like midway, like just above my waist, I guess. And then for the sleeves, I'm basically like thinking through two options. So a part of me wants to do it like wider, and then the other part of me just wants to do like normal sleeves like this, that's like more fitted sleeve that's cinched at the end. So I was really inspired by the video by Viv Crochets, and I'm gonna basically use her pattern to create it. I'm not using 3 different types of yarn, instead I'm using 2, but the one yarn is pretty crazy. So it's like a variegated rainbow yarn, which I think would look amazing, and I've been really stressed about what to make with it, because I think like if you had to just make an entire like jersey or piece of clothing with just like a rainbow yarn, I don't know how I would wear it. So I decided to break it up a bit. Let me just show you the rainbow yarn first. So this is the Blue Label Picasso rainbow yarn. I do not know what the color is. Give me a second. It's color number 184. So I do have a 5-pack of it. And it's a DK. Yeah, it is a DK, but they basically like advise you to use a crochet hook between 4 to 5 millimeters. And the other day I did a little swatch while I was watching Disney Plus. And I mean, it looks beautiful with this width, right? Obviously I didn't block it, so it's curling, but it looks beautiful with this width. All of these colors would probably be in one row if I'm knitting in the round across my body. So I don't know how that would look and how the colors would pull. And I didn't really want to stress too much about things like that, like worrying how the colors would look, because I've never used this type of yarn before. So I guess the next time I do, like I'll have a better indication of how the colors would pull together, etc. But I mean, this looks really nice, right? Like this width is amazing. So if I have some spare yarn, I might make like a little beanie or a hat with it, or a cowl. I just make it a little wider and make a cowl with it. I think it's so beautiful just as is. So to make the swatch, I used a 5mm needle, and honestly it's super soft, and I think the drape is nice. So it's not like, the fabric is not hard, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but in my mind it makes sense. So this is the reason why I think I'm going to use a 5mm hook size instead of a 4mm, because I want it to be a little more flowy. So because I thought this would be too much, just like this, and I know myself, and considering I just wear neutrals, I basically wanted to break this color up with another color, and I got this the other day. It is the Blue Label Picasso. I wanted it to be similar yarn, right? I don't know how to mix yarns yet, okay? Like, just bear with me, right? We're still learning. And it's in cream, but it's the color number 070. So I thought I would stripe it with basically one row of each, and then go down. I think with the color and the braiding at the bottom, I'll do that all in cream. I just think it will look like much more natural that way, and then it will allow these to be like the pop of color in the jersey. So yeah, I'm really excited. I haven't made this before. I'm gonna try and follow her pattern as much as I can. Obviously size it on my body as I go on. I do need to get some coffee in me, and I need to get some food in me. It is such a dreary day, so I'm gonna be sitting like on my couch under the blanket crocheting all day, and I feel like that's the best. Wow. I'm sure you guys will see me, right? Wow. That I think is the best weekend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 20, and I'm going to use a smaller hook than what I'm going to use for the rest of the project, because I want the collar to be more cinched in and like a little tighter, I guess. So I'm going to use a size 4mm hook. Hopefully it works. Hopefully I'm not like sabotaging myself doing a silly thing. So just start off with a slip knot, chain 20, and then you're working half double crochet through the back loop only. And if you know me, you know I stitch mark at the ends of my work as I go along, because like I think it's so easy to lose the ends of your crochet, and then if I don't have like straight edges, I'll die. No, I'm kidding. I won't die, but I'll be very upset. So that's 20, and then one more for good luck. I'm joking. One more for the pattern, so you'll have 21 chains. So this is basically the ribbing, and then as I said before, I'm going to, you can't see it, I'm going to double it like this, and this will form my collar, and then we'll expand outwards. Yeah, look, I look like a marshmallow with ice creams on herself. I love this thing. It's every cold girl's dream to just be a marshmallow. You know, yes. So I've been crocheting for about 2.5 hours. The sun has gone down. I know, like, I started at 2 p.m. and it's already 6, and I've only been crocheting for 2.5 hours, but I get distracted by things, and I had to eat. Exactly. I also think like filming is just taking time, but there is like a lot of time that goes towards like measuring and making sure, checking the pattern, making sure, etc. So this is the color done, and I measured it with my hair under it just to make sure that there's give. Oh, by the way, this is 50 rows. So 50 rows, 34 centimeters of half double crochet back loop only. Great, right? So everything is stitched together, and like this is the, I'm just gonna pull this out a bit, hopefully it doesn't do anything bad. So can you see this is the seam it creates, which is, if you turn it around, it's basically unrecognizable. Like, can you see where? I mean, obviously the yarn is coming from it, but like, that's pretty cool, right? Basically for the yoke, how it works is that it's made into 4 parts. So the front, sleeve, sleeve, and back. You kind of crochet it evenly in the beginning, and then when it gets to like this part, you start like branching out. So it keeps its like circular shape, as I said before, but it's like a square circular shape. What we're going to do next is that we're going to basically change yarns and then add like increases. So the first increase is like the most major. So you know there's 50 rows, right? So each of the rows you can see as being an indent or like not an indent. That's 1 row. Each one is 1 row. So not together. Each one is 1 row. And now we are not crocheting into the stitches. We're crocheting on the sides. So what we're going to do is basically pick up stitches on each row, like on the side of each row. And we're going to do 2 per row. So there's 50 rows, so we're going to have 100 stitches. That's how we're going to make the first big increase. And then from there, it's going to be a little like easier, I guess, but like the first one is the hardest one, I think, especially because I haven't done this before. So yeah, I have this yarn now, and what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch it in, and then we're going to make 2 per row, and then after I get to 25 stitches, we're going to chain 2, and then make another 25, chain 2, make another, because as I said before, we're making 4 parts. So in between each part will be a chain 2, so there'll be like a little gap in between each of the parts. Yes, okay, am I making sense? Am I making sense? I hope I am. Obviously, like if you want better details, I'm gonna link Viv Crochet's video below. She's who I'm following. I think she made quite a nice pattern. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna chain 2, and this doesn't count as anything. Like your first chain, like chain 2 doesn't count as anything. You're just setting the height for the double crochets. Okay, so basically what I did was, can you see these ones, these big ones? Instead of like trying to fit a hook in the small ones, instead I just put 2 in each big one. Does that make sense? I just found like in each row there's at least 1, and I just put 2 stitches in each. I put a stitch marker at the beginning of this segment, so I did 25 here, and then made a chain of 2, and then started the next one. Oh my god. Okay, you know, my life is a little bit in a disarray. Like, I feel like I thought this would be easy peasy, and then now I'm just like, the whole time. So for this row, it's a little different. So what you're gonna do is, you're going to put 25 stitches in each of the ones that we isolated, and in the chain 2, you're going to put a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Okay, so what we're doing is, so we have 100 stitches now. Then we're going to go 25 double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, 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 and then slip stitch into the first stitch that we did. Yes. So each side would have 27 now and not 25. So it will increase to 108. And I think we're going to do that for like the rows, all the rows afterwards as well. So like you go and you extend it further. So you're increasing it by 8 each time. All right. So it is just after 12, and I've been crocheting for about 6 hours. So as you can see, considering I started at 2, like I didn't do a lot today. There were 4 hours where I messed around, I guess eating, and I don't know what else I did. I probably look so tired in the face now and shiny, but it's after midnight, so yeah. So this is how far I've gotten. I don't want to pull too hard because I actually don't have a stitch marker to secure anything yet. I don't think I'm gonna stop now. I'm just gonna go shower, quickly put on some PJs, and then maybe do a few more rounds and then sleep. But like, it looks really good so far. It looks like a sleeve, but obviously it will fit over my head. I hope. I will try it on when I take off my makeup. Yeah, what was I gonna say? So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had 7 rows of the yoke, and it is pretty square, as you can see. So that's good, because it's supposed to be kind of like sitting flat like that. No, I'm really happy with it. The yarn is looking good, right? I mean, because like, I feel like because of the way it is, it's blending a little weirdly. So there's like almost like a striping effect there. But I feel like it'll change as the garment gets bigger and bigger anyway. So yeah, not to stress about anything. It is a bit hard to work though. So I have been having some issues with it. Like if you like don't hold it properly, like it just comes out. And then it makes a knot by itself. Like it made a knot by itself. I tried to unravel it. The yarn basically broke. So I had to just reattach, I guess, which isn't a big deal, but it's a bit annoying. Frogging is a nightmare. But I have really sharp scissors, so that helps. It's got a lot of fluffs, which I actually like how it looks, but it's like all over my face and in my nose and on my shirt. So I'm gonna have to, the thing with the tape, rolly tape thingy thing. Yeah, cool. So this is me probably signing off for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. So it is just after 3. I crocheted till 4:30 last night, like 4:30 a.m. And that was about 8 hours, I want to say 8 hours 46 minutes of crocheting, and I finished the yoke. Well, the yoke as per the pattern, and it's really pretty, right? Obviously this is upside down, so I'm gonna invert it, but it still gives you an indication of how it's gonna look at the end, because it's basically the same, it's reversible. But I'm just working everything on the outside right now, so that all of this weaving and stuff will be on the inside, so it won't look untidy. So yeah, I wanted to try it on before we go on. So, oh, this is tight. Okay. So yeah. Actually, so I think we can carry on with the body now. So now we're gonna do the body from under my armpit, going around and around and around, and then we'll do a sleeve and we'll do a sleeve. I don't think I'm gonna finish this tonight. I think it was a bit of a ridiculous ask of me to even try to do this, but I mean, we gave it a go, right? That's what challenges are for, to give it a go. And I feel like at least now I know how this method works. Crochet does give you a little bit of like a firm, what's the word? Firm material, but it's so pretty. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna take this off my head now, and then we're gonna talk about what we need to do next. If I can get the body done today, I feel like that's a win, right? And then we'll see how long it actually takes me to do, because honestly, like, it's going pretty quickly. It's much faster than like crocheting up cardigans, because you don't have to think about the fit, you're just trying it on the whole time. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, also this yarn goes super thin, so I don't know if you can see, but can you see? It's like almost like a 2/8 there. It's crazy. So I got like a bit worried it was gonna snap, but it's pretty strong. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is, I joined a new yarn, so we're starting it off like the same way, and then we're gonna crochet until the end of this segment. Then we're gonna chain 5, And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip this section and then we're gonna attach it to here. And we're going to attach it here with a double crochet in the chain 2 space, crochet along, chain 5, and then attach it here so we have a body. I know this looks crazy as a body to fit me, but it stretches. Hopefully it fits. You know, Tisha, should I make more chain? I don't know. Should I just make it bigger? I don't know. I think it's gonna stretch. I think it's gonna look good. Okay? Okay? The chain 5 spaces, like on the sides, is for your underarms. So it would be like you're crocheting, then you're giving it space for your underarms, and then you're crocheting, you're giving it space. So it's a little more fit to body, I guess. All right, I'll see you just now. Okay, cool. So just a quick update. It's 10 o'clock now. I've been crocheting for 11 hours in total. I don't do a lot today, as you can tell, but it's fine. Like, I think it took me a bit of time to like figure everything out, and then just make sure like it was going to fit me well. And so, yeah, I think we can say goodbye to the crocheting sweater in a weekend thing because, yeah, I'm way too slow for that. Oops. So I guess this challenge is going to turn into crocheting a sweater in a week. Okay. So yeah, what I did was I finished the yoke. So the yoke ended up being 16 rows. From the collar to the body part, and that ended up being 220 stitches, and I haven't started the sleeves, as you can tell, so that will be next after I finish the body. I do want the body to be like, I want it to be fitted and cropped, and we're gonna have like also like braiding at the bottom. So yeah, there's still like quite a considerable amount to do, and I don't really crochet a lot during the week, just because of life and work and such. But I will try my best to do at least like an hour a day, and we'll see how far I get before next weekend. And hopefully this can stay as a crochet a sweater in a week challenge, but I will let you know. But yeah, I mean, thanks for coming along my journey, guys. It's been an interesting 2 days. 15 hours in, we finally finished the body part of it. So the body is 24 rows. As I said before, the yoke is 15 rows. And yeah, it's quite a good length, I think. It is a crop, but I did leave a bit of space for braiding as well, like maybe like a 3 to 5 centimeter braiding. So we're gonna do the braiding tomorrow and then start on the sleeves. It's going well. It's going really well. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just on my desk. I want to show you how I do the braidings. For the collar, we crocheted a band and then we started with the sweater. For this part, you're crocheting it from the sweater. So what you do is now you need to attach it to the sweater. So you're just gonna quickly slip stitch. So it's already attached here. So quickly slip stitch on the next stitch over. And then because now if you do that, if you make a half double crochet going along this way for every single stitch, like we could just turn around and crochet back now. What happens is that because the stitches are so wide, it like almost makes it expand. And that's super ugly. And I had this problem when I was making like the cuffs for a cardigan, and I didn't know what to do. So at least now I learned what to do. This is what you do. So what the hack is that you slip stitch 2 together. So you go through the first stitch, and you make as if you're going to slip stitch, and then you would normally pull this through this loop to complete the slip stitch, but instead of doing that, you just slip stitch again, and then you pull this one, oh, it's a bit finicky, through both. So you're basically slip stitching 2 stitches together, and then you turn your work. And then you half double crochet normally, as we just did. And that's all I've done this entire time. It has been pretty painless, pretty easy. There has been no issues. I think this part of the project has been nice. Anyways, this is the braiding. Look at that. It's amazing. So can you see how it's not wide like that? Because we did that slip stitch pattern. So because we were slip stitching two together, when after we attached it back to the sweater, it did give you this tapered look, which is really nice, which means it'll fit really nice on your body. And so yeah, so next I'm gonna start off with the sleeves, and I'll probably join the cream color yarn just so that there's continuity. I know that there's cream here, but that's okay. Like, I feel like it won't show up too badly. I don't, like, in all fairness, I'm going to do one myself. I'm going to do it like one side myself and then probably explain how I did it while doing the second sleeve. But yeah, we're doing well. We're doing really well. Look at how far we've come. Wow. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Okay, so we've done quite a bit of it now. Body is done. I know the lighting's a bit weird, but it is what it is. I did the cuff here. Now you can see like the cuff is kind of bigger than this, like the last wrist stitch, but I'm thinking with blocking, it will like stretch a bit. And I think I made it a bit too tight. Like, I probably should have stopped decreasing maybe like here, and then made the rest of it like the same size, and then made the cuff smaller. But you know what? You live and you learn, and it's fine. I'm gonna block it. When it's on, it looks like super chill. It looks really nice, but it does look a little bit like flared. So what I wanted to show you is, honestly, like, the pattern is the same throughout except for the beginning. So I kind of just wanted to show you the beginning, and then I'll explain to you what happens next, because the rest of the sleeve is basically the same pattern over and over again. Now remember, I did, instead of 5 like the pattern called for, because I wanted to make it a little bigger, which I'm glad I did, I did 8 chains in the armpit area. So this is my 8 chains. I basically just attach the yarn on the 5th chain. So yeah, I'm doing like a slip knot, and then I'm pulling it through, and that's my first chain. And yeah, you chain 2. Okay, so you basically go back into that stitch, and you make a double crochet. So that's the first one, and then you're going into the next stitch, right over, and you double crocheting 2, and then the next one. Try to make sure that you have the whole V in, 3, and the last one here, can you see? The last one, 4. Okay. So you have to make a circle almost, right? You need a circle. So right now, let me just show it to you. Right now, it's like corner, corner, and then the circle. So you need this to be a little more rounder. So we're going to double crochet 2 together in this stitch and then the following stitch, so that it becomes more round. You'll see what I mean when I'm done. So you yarn over, double crochet 2 together, you yarn over as per normal double crochet, okay, 2 on the hook now, and instead of like yarning over and pulling through both, you go into the next one. So you double crochet into the next one, pull through 2 hoops. Now you have 3 hoops on your crochet hook, and then you pull through all 3. Okay, and that is 1 double crochet 2 together. And then, as I said, we're going to do that in the next round. So this stitch marker was here to show where, remember, there's 4 parts of this raglan, right? So this is one, we're ended off with one part and we're starting with another. So here is the chain 2 space. So what you want to do is you want to go into the chain 2 space and double crochet. We're double crocheting 2 together. So you're going to go into the chain 2 space and start it, right? 2, and then you're going to go into the stitch next to it, and then again through 2 hoops, and then through all 3. And can you see it's rounded the edge quite considerably? Okay, so I'm gonna mark it because this is one of my corners, or it used to be one of my corners. And then what you have to do is you have to just double crochet through all the other stitches until you get to the next corner, which is here. So through all of these stitches, you're just putting in a double crochet. Okay, so now we're back at this place here. So remember here, it's a little bit weird, this one. I don't know why it's a little untidy on the side. But basically, remember, this is the chain 2, this is the stitch after, and this is your double crochet. So in these 4 stitches, you're making 2 double crochets together. Okay, so 1 more normal double crochet. Oh, sorry. And then double crochet 2 together through the stitch. And then the next one is through the chain 2 space, 2, 3, done. Easy peasy. And then into the next stitch. Now this is a bit of a terrible, I think maybe why is it so terrible? I don't know, but just find a space, hey? Like honestly, just find a space. It's okay, like, yeah. Okay, and then into the next space. We're finding, I think maybe I'll just go through these 2, and then 2, and then 3, and then you mark your double crochet 2 together space. Okay, and then what you have to do is you slip stitch to join. Oh my God, why is my life so annoying right now? Okay, and then you're done. The first round, as easy as that. Amazing, right? And then what you have to do now is join the next color. So again, we're just making a slip stitch and then putting it on the hook, and then we move. Okay. And then what we're doing is we're making 2 chains. And then make sure you tighten with your old yarn. Into the first one here, you are going to double crochet. That's your first double crochet. So you're basically just double crocheting to everything until you reach your corner, right? Remember now, this is your corner. Like, I know it's round now, but it was your corner. And what you're going to do is in the corner, see, here's your 2 double crochets stitched together. In that corner, what you're going to do is you're going to make 1 double crochet together, right? Just 1 in the corner now, not 2 anymore, just 1. So again, you'll go through both this way. So 1, and then into the next one, 2, and then 3. And you just double crochet afterwards. So what I do is I like make a note of where the corner is. And yeah, and then you just double crocheting again all around. Okay. So I just want to explain something. So you're making 1 double crochet in this corner, and then you will make 1 double crochet in this corner. Remember, this is my other corner because you can see the 2 double crochets together here. So I'll make 1 here and then 1 on this side, and this is the start of my round. Okay, so 1 here and 1 here, and the rest of them just get normal double crochets. In the next round, which is the cream round, you do not decrease anything. So you just put 1 double crochet in every single stitch. And then in the color round, you do the decreases again. So 2 decreases every color round and no decreases every cream round. So what in effect you're doing is that you're decreasing the width of the sleeve. And it's only done every second row. So it's not like insane or whatever. It's quite a gradual decrease because of that. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna crochet over and over and over again, and then we're gonna do this braiding similar to what we did at the bottom. So far I've been crocheting 28 hours. So yeah, bye bye. Okie dokes, I'm done. This is the sweater. It's been almost 35.5 hours. I would say give or take a few minutes, because I wasn't very good at like pressing stop and pressing start sometimes. So yeah. So hello, it is me again, and yeah, I'm wearing it. I think it fits really well. It is a little tighter than I expected, but unlike the pattern I followed wasn't this like fit to fall, but I like it a lot. I think it's like quite a cute like fitted crop, and I think it's like perfect for winter, even though today is so hot. But yeah, I really like the neckline. I didn't end up like stitching it so I could wear it high up as a turtleneck or just fold it down like how I have it right now. The material is okay. It's very thick, but I don't know, it's very nice. I really like it. I did block it, but like I did it wrong. So I know it was like that I had it for like 30 seconds instead of 30 minutes of blocking. So we'll do that another time. But this was actually like one of the better experiences of like crocheting something, because the pattern was really easy and you can actually like see the difference you're making. So it like spurs you on to like crochet. And I honestly it didn't take me long at all to do this. I finished it within a week, and I actually made a sack hat. Like it's all the kitty ears like beanies, and this took me like 3 hours. It was so quick. It was such a quick knit, and I feel like it goes really cute together. I'm gonna take some pictures now, so I'll put it on neatly. It's a little bit tight, and I followed a tutorial, and maybe like the yarn I'm using is not as thick, but I think she like cast on like 58 stitches and I cast on 62, and it was still too like it's a little tight, and I don't have like the biggest head in the world, so yeah, like I love this. I love the fact that I did it and that it's color changing, and it really gave me like so much inspiration to use like color changing yarn or hand dyed yarn or hand painted yarn. I mean, I didn't really need a lot of motivation for that, like if I'm being honest, but yeah. It was just like one of the best experiences I've had crocheting something, because I feel like it was just all in one, and I think the no seaming part of this is just incredible. And I also think that it's easy enough for like anyone to do it. I don't think it's particularly hard. I think the hardest part is sizing, but you kind of put it on as you go. So yeah. The neckline is a bit tight, but I feel like it looks really nice like on. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, this was my first Raglan sweater. I'm probably gonna make 500,000 more over the years. Probably different like fits, maybe a little looser. There's so many like really good patterns out there that I'm willing to try, and I think like crocheting with a pattern is so nice because it takes all the guesswork out. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.